Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we will be debuting a new show.
Listen, I have a new show idea, right? I brought it up with my wife. I think we should name the show What is the Scenario?
Okay.
Right? To where actually y'all will give us scenarios and we will give our input, intake, and the commenters will give their input and intake. But since it's the first episode and y'all knew nothing about this, right? I have a scenario for us that actually been going viral online, right? My wife, I don't think she heard about this, but I think a lot of you have. And she's going to read to us the post. And I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what my wife thinks. And we will have a little conversation. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Walk us through this viral scenario that's been going on for the past couple of days.
All right. So the guy, he posted this. He says, I just blocked and deaded 4 friendships with 4 of my homeboys. I had back surgery literally a whole month ago, and not one of those dudes checked on your boy. I ain't say nothing. I just blocked and let it be what it is. Dudes wasn't my real friends.
Now, on Twitter or X or everywhere you look, Facebook and things like that, there's literally people who are on his side. And then there are people who are not on his side, basically saying, you know, they're going at his sexuality, saying like, you know, that's very woman of you to just block him and not give him no explanation and things like that. Blair, just hearing that for the first time, what are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts on this scenario?
As far as like what I would do or how I feel about what he did?
How would you react?
Okay.
If you got back surgery, right?
Yeah.
And none of your homegirls, none of your friends checked up on you in a month.
Yeah, I wouldn't really care.
Why?
And the only reason I wouldn't care is because I probably wouldn't have told him that I was having surgery.
Wow.
I mean, if I was around them or something like that, like I'm not the type of person that like likes to be on the phone and just like talking all the time.
Okay.
So it's just like, if I would have seen you recently, then maybe I told you like, yeah, I got this coming up, da da da.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't even say like what the day was and all that type of stuff. Like for me, that kind of level of detail, like I'm giving to my husband, I'm giving to my parents, my brother and his wife. And that's kind of like the number of people I'd tell about like my health situations or whatever the case may be. So I don't know if maybe I'm just weird because I do think it's normal for you to expect your friends to check on you, maybe come out and like see if you need anything and stuff like that. I don't know if maybe in guys' relationships it's different, but I would think you should at least have one guy friend who cares about what you're going through if you told them about it.
Yeah.
But for me, like I don't put that on my friends to be concerned about. Like,
now back surgery, if I was just to guess, is a major surgery, right?
Yeah.
And just going off of his post, I'm guessing specifically these 4 that he blocked. Yeah. They knew about it.
Okay. Right? So we'll go with that. Okay.
So if your friends knew about it, which we gonna get into why you don't feel the need to tell your friends, your closest friends at that. This is not just a regular friend. Your closest friends that you about to go through a major surgery. But we will get back to that later, right?
Okay.
But how would you feel if you did tell your closest friends and not one of them asked you, checked up on you, how are you, do you need anything?
I still probably wouldn't care.
Really?
Only because if I told them and I was going into it or whatever the case may be, I probably would be the first person to call or text to be like, hey, everything went well. And the thing is, beforehand, my friends were probably telling me they're going to pray for me and like stuff like that. So I probably just give them an update like, hey, y'all, like I'm straight. Things are good. Yeah. So I don't know. Am I weird?
Yes.
For that? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because, okay, let's flip it then because you are very interesting, man. I'm learning things about my wife on the spot in front of everybody, right? Let's flip it.
All right.
Let's say you are now one of the homeboys. You are one of the homegirls who got cut off because you didn't call. Will you be the friend to at least call to check up on them?
I would.
So why don't you expect at least something in return if you are the friend to reach out to them after a major surgery or major event in their life?
I would reach out, but that's me as of today.
Okay. I'm scared to ask. What about Blair yesterday?
Me of yesteryear. I may or may not, because I don't know if you're tired. I don't know if you feel like talking.
This a month.
Like,
This a month.
I know, but me of yesteryear, I would think like they'll hit me up when they're ready.
Yeah.
Like I would go off of that person's level of comfortability.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I wouldn't want to press the issue of, and even though it's not even pressing, it's just checking in. But that's how I used to think of like, if somebody wants something or they have something to say, they'll let me know. Like I don't have to press the issue. Now I would definitely text or call or check in and stuff like that. But before I would just be like, they'll let me know.
Oh, wow. Let me take the spotlight off you a little bit.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like for him, see, it's weird because...
I mean, what's the thing with the guy? Can you at least explain that? Like, what's normal for y'all? Because I feel like you have good friends. A lot of guys, I feel like, don't have good friends.
See, here's the thing about it, man.
Like, your friends would check on you. Most guys probably don't even talk to their friends.
I hope they'll check on me because in a group of friends, everybody play their role. Yeah. Right? My role is the nucleus. Mm-hmm. I am the nucleus. So, like, I talk to everybody. I make sure everybody's good. Yeah. I will hope. Now, here's the thing. In my everyday life, my friends do not call me. That does not mean I have bad friends. I'm just the nucleus, right? Yeah. And if you was to ask them, they were like, I wouldn't think about it. It's so funny. They would not call me, but they expect to talk to me. I don't know how they expect to talk to me without them calling me, right?
You're like, hey, man, I heard you from you for a while.
Exactly, right? But, so I am the guy that reaches out to everybody. Okay. I would think that a special event such as surgery would make people reach out. I give you a perfect example. When you had your procedure, right? My friends called me to check up on you. Oh. Even though they don't call me to check up on me. Oh, okay. Do like, you get what I'm saying? Uh-huh. So even though like guys, friends and things like they don't have good friends, they don't have, you know what I mean? When it comes to major life events, you would think like if this don't make you check up on me, what will? A death in the family, you get what I'm saying? How do I feel about him cutting them off? I think I have no problem with him cutting them off more than how he cut them off, right? Okay. I don't think he should just block them. Okay. Right? I think he should have a conversation with them to let them know that the status of our friendship has taken a hit, and it hurt my feelings. See, that's the thing that guys don't want to do. Guys don't want to say it hurt my feelings when, like, I had back surgery. You know, back surgery is a major surgery. And I didn't hear from you. Yeah. I ain't hear from y'all. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My 4 brothers. You get what I'm saying? No one checked up on me. Nobody came by the house. And the funny thing about it is, there's a difference. And let me know in the comments and let me know, Blair, right? I don't know if I'm judging more on the expectation because I'm the type to have no expectations. But at the same time, when it doesn't happen, I kind of judge it as if I did have expectations. Okay. Meaning that I didn't put the expectation on you to call me.
But when you didn't, it was just like, oh, dang.
I'm like, dang, you really called me. Dude, you get what I'm saying? So that's probably like, you know, a abusive friendship. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So like... How do you feel about him blocking his friends and things like that?
No, I agree with you. I think most of the time things are worth conversations. Yeah. So if they didn't hit him up after a month, then you'd probably be like, hey, I survived. Mm-hmm. Where y'all at? Like, you know, and have like a quick little conversation like, why y'all ain't check up on me? Mm-hmm. You know? But if I'm thinking how the friends are thinking, they probably were just like, he'll probably hit us up once he's in a space to talk. Yeah. You know, which is probably not the best way of being.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
So that's why, like, when you ask me that question, I'm just like, that is the wrong answer.
Oh, okay.
But
but it's my answer.
But right? It used to be my answer. Yes.
See, I think we all have
because that's what I do. I'll let people know, like, hey, this happened. I'm good. Or even when I call people and they don't pick up the phone, I'll be like, hey, I was just calling to check in. If you're busy, no need to call back. Because honestly, I don't want to talk on the phone. But yeah.
See, here's the thing. I don't want to get into small details of phone calls and things like that. I think the overall message is that I think us as humans, we want to feel like we matter to somebody. Right. Matter to a group, right? And I think in that moment, he probably was scared. You know what I'm saying? Back surgery, who knows what it's for, and hopefully it was minor. But he probably was scared. He probably was worried about his recovery. Who knows, right?
True.
I'm adding 20 on 10. I don't know. I'm only going off what Blair read, right? So in that moment, you kind of want to feel like you matter. You get what I'm saying? That I'm on somebody's mind, especially if I told you about it, you know?
But I think that also depends on your support system and who you consider to be your support system.
Meaning? So,
like, you are my support system. So if you weren't checking on me, even though you wouldn't be checking on me, you'd be there at the place with me, picking me up and stuff like that. Mm. But no, if like you weren't checking on me, or like my parents or like my brother and stuff like that, like if y'all like were ghosts, then I would be like, what's going on? Like y'all are my support system. So maybe his friends are the closest people to him. And maybe he doesn't have a wife,
and he does seem kind of young. He does seem kind of young.
Yeah, so maybe those are the people that he's relying on that support from.
So that leads to the question to ask then, and y'all answer this question in the comments below. Can best friends be considered support system?
I think so, absolutely. Yeah.
So just because you're married, Blair, your best friends is not your support system?
That's just me, I'm asking. But I might not be right in that. No, because I consider them my support is like if I need something or if I want to talk about something, then yes, they're there for me. But I don't have the requirement of are y'all gonna come over and check on me? Are y'all gonna do this? Are you gonna do that? Like I'm just like my husband is here for that. Now for friends who maybe aren't married or like don't have somebody like living in the home with them to help them, then I would be that person for them, you know, as much as they need me to be. But my best friends have partners and
let's take marriage out of it then. Let's take marriage out of it.
Okay.
Then. At what age do friends stop being a support system?
Never, no age. Okay. Because we do have a family friend who, you know, relies on close friends and family to be their support system because they don't have like children or a partner or anything like that. Yeah. So yeah, I think that your best friends and those relationships, they absolutely can be your support system.
Yeah. This is where I become unfair now.
Okay.
Right. Because I have a wife and family, there's an expectation and a consequence when those expectations are not met.
Okay.
Right? I kind of feel weird giving out consequences to people who are not that close to me. So I will feel some type of way about my friends, but at the same time, I'm like, they are my friends. I can't really bestow consequences on these people. Only thing I can do is just remove myself or withdraw. You get what I'm saying? But I can bestow consequences on my sister, on my brothers, on my cousins, on basically like we got the last name, like I mean we have the same last name, like we're family. Yeah. And you're not doing your duty. You get what I'm saying? It's very different when it's duty and it's recreational. I feel like I can bestow consequences, and when I say consequences, I can't think of another word, but don't think of consequences as if I'm putting them on a whooping post and hitting them and stuff. Right. But I can't bestow consequences on someone whose duty is not to look out for me. Yeah. Right. I don't know if it's my friend's duty to look out for me in that way. I feel like recreationally, I want you to, but I can't give you consequences. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Because as like a family, you know, member or whatever the case may be, and not all family, because we know not all family.
Family be tripping.
Family do be tripping. But for those family that you consider to be close in your support system, then yes, it is your obligation as my family. And I feel the same way is if you need something, then I will be there for you. Yeah. You know? But whereas my friendships, it's just kind of like, I feel like they have obligations to their family, their kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't assume that I'm top priority when they have other priorities in place. So
yeah, that's basically all I have. Please, in the comments below, let us know what you would do if you was in this situation. I think I'll do the same. I think I would definitely look at my friends funny. Okay. Because I'm like, yo, I just had major surgery, and y'all knew about it. Right. Now Blair wouldn't tell her friends, right? And I would ask the question, would they consider you a bad friend for not telling them important things in your life? You get
Probably.
what I'm saying?
Probably.
You get what I'm saying? Like maybe you may get the reverse consequence of being too quiet, of being too considerate of their priorities, to where they like, hey, the thing that make us friends is that we share our lives with each other.
Yeah.
That you share important information with me and things like that. I would want to know if my friend, one of my best friends, is in the hospital.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And honestly, that has been a critique of me before.
See, look, I'm a psychic. You get what I'm saying?
So it's just kind of like, hey, I mean, I feel like, and maybe I don't want to down myself, so I ain't going to say what I am or what I'm not. Mm-hmm. But for me, I need people to spell out how they want the relationship.
Okay.
Because if you require a lot in a friendship, I need to know what that is, because if I like you and I'm your friend and I want to be around you, and you require like a phone call every week or whatever makes you like feel like we're connected, let me know. I'll do it. But I can't guess what would make you feel good, because my default is, when you want to link up, you're free next month. All right, girl, I'll see you next month. And then I might text and be like, hey, how's your week going? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe.
But pretty much like when I see you again is when we're going to catch up. And to me, it's like time has never passed. That's my preference. But hey.
Yeah. I think people who are low maintenance will love you as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, you are a friend that I don't have to manage, that I don't have to check up on. We just talk for the first time in 8 months, 6 months, 5 months, and just pick up wherever the ball is. You get what I'm saying? To where I think in some, I don't even want to say most friendships, but I think people who consider best friends, like basically that close, I think there is some type of feeling of like, hey, there has to be some type of openness to where hey, when you have a baby or when you get married or when you graduate or when you basically big events in your life, you would want your friends to be part of it, or else they would feel like we're not friends because you don't really invite me.
And that I get. That's a big event. Yeah, those big events. And I guess the surgery is a big event.
Or when you're hurting.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like in his position, I felt like he's not wrong for looking at his friends funny. Mm-hmm. But maybe I wouldn't just block him without a conversation. But maybe it's just easier for him. Maybe he's not a confrontational guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Maybe he's just a guy that's like, you know what? I see what you are. I see how you moved in the light. And I just removed myself by blocking y'all. We ain't never got to talk again. And maybe that works for him.
But also for me, and maybe I give people too much the benefit of the doubt, but I really think half the time people just don't be thinking about other people. Like, I really think
that's a problem, though.
It is a problem, but I think they really be in their own world. But once you call them attention to it, I think most people would do better if they want you in their life.
I'm hoping to only have one back surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like because look, it's easy. I think this plays a part. I think it's easy to think of somebody when we turning up, when we partying and things like that. But when I really needed you to think of me when I couldn't move, I'm putting 20 on 10. I don't know. Maybe it was a minor procedure. But I'm just saying, like, when I had back surgery, like, we just can't link up and be together and stuff like that when we're partying and things like that. And not only when someone's in the grave, too.
But you also got to consider what kind of friendships were. Are these party friends?
He said I'm going off of my 4 because listen, the reason why he said 4 is because I'm reading in between the lines, is that these are my homeboys. Like, these are my best friends. These are just not my friends. I have a lot of friends, but I have a handful that is my brothers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I read it as my 4 brothers did not check up on me.
But the thing is, sometimes people misjudge relationships. I've been guilty of that too, thinking I'm closer to somebody than I actually am. So you never know. You really never know. It's a toss-up.
I'm going to tell you this. It seemed like that seemed to be a common thread in female relationships. You really know where you stand in guys' relationships. Okay. So, like, there's not many times that I call someone my brother and he just say, I just know Chris.
We're associates.
Yeah. Guys don't really move like that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, if I call you my brother, most of the time it's because you call me your brother too.
Exactly. You
know what I'm saying? So, but let us know in the comments. You know what I mean? Listen here, I know it's a new show. I know probably only 50 of y'all go view this. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe 10. Hey, y'all.
I'm hoping. How y'all doing? My name's Chris. You know what I mean? But I'm hoping that this can push on. We are going to have scenarios at least I want to get at least 3 shows of scenario a week. You get what I'm saying? We go try to build our own scenarios at first and to get the ball rolling.
But we want y'all to send us some stuff.
Now here's the thing. I want y'all to send it to the email.
To the YouTube email?
Yes. The reason why I want y'all to send it to the email is because I don't want nobody in the comments to see it first.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if you can, I'm going to put the link to where you can send the email and things like that. Take time out, write out a scenario that you want us to talk about. And in the comments below, let us know what y'all think. Anything else, Blair?
That's all I got.
Y'all be good.
Bye.